Hi, this is a lecture on manufacturing calculations and operations, and it covers some material from chapters 2 and 3. Okay? All right, so total product models. If we think about a company specializing in home entertainment products, okay, and it may produce only TVs and audio systems. If the company offers 15 different types of TVs and 5 different models and its audio systems, how many total models does the company offer? So if we look at it like this, okay, it becomes, the total number of models is just 15 because they offer 15 different types of TVs plus 5. Okay, and so that equals 20 total models. All right, so that's kind of a simpler problem, but helps you see where this whole thing begins. Okay, so that's the total number of models. All right, then the next one, I've got to clear my annotations. Okay, a company has a new plant to build a new product line. Okay, there are 100 different product types, each with 10,000 units being produced annually. Each one of those products, okay, has about 1,000 components each. Each component takes about 10 processing steps, and each of the steps takes about a minute. All the parts will be made in the new facility. So how many products will the facility make is the first question. All right, so let's break it down and look at these one by one. All right. Okay, so how many product or units, all right, will the facility make? All right, so they're going to make 100 product types, okay, and each one's going to have 10,000 units. So if we look at that, okay, and say that we've got 100 products times, all right, and we're going to make 10,000 units per product. Okay, we end up getting, for the total number, we do 100 times 10,000. We get 1 million units. Okay, so how many parts will that be then? Okay, so each one has then 1,000 units, and there are, we have 1 million units, and all the units have about 1,000 components. Okay, so can you see where we're going with this one? Now we've got to change units to parts, so we're going to take 1 million units and multiply that by 1,000 parts, okay, or components was the word we used earlier. Okay, so then for that one we get 1 billion parts. Okay, so is this making sense to you about how this works? Okay, we just have to be careful because sometimes these questions use one word in the statement and one word in the question. All right, so now get rid of these things here. Okay. All right, and now we have, so how many production operations will there be? Okay, or steps. So we need to take the billion from the last question. Okay, that was parts. And then each one has 10 steps per part. Oops. Okay, and we get 10 billion. Oh no, haha, we were way past a billion now, sorry. I need to be using scientific notation, all right? Okay, so then you have that, all right? So now we know how many steps. That is 1 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Steps. All right, so all right, and then the last one says, how many workers will be needed for the plant if it operates one 8-hour shift for 250 days per year? Okay, so what does that look like? All right, we have 1 times 10 to the 10th steps. Okay, and we need to multiply that by, each step takes 1 minute. Okay, and then for every minute, right, for every hour, there are 60 minutes, right? So let's go ahead and change those minutes into hours by dividing by 60. Okay, and then how many hours do they work a day? Okay, so let's just look at this at how many hours it's going to take to make all these parts. Okay, so our steps cancel here, our minutes cancel here, all right, and we have trying to do the math on my calculator here, sorry. Alright, so we have 1, let's see. Okay, so 16.7 times 10 to the, gotta move my decimal, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hours. Okay? Alright, now how many hours do we have worked? Okay, we have 8 hours per day. Okay, times 250 days. per year. Okay, so when we do that, 8 times 250, okay, that's 2,000 hours. To process those things, okay? Or 2,000 hours that we're working in our shifts, rather, okay? So if I want to figure out how many workers I need to take this number, divide it by this, and I'll get my answer for my number of workers. So the number of workers is and that is a whole lot of workers, y'all. It's 83,000 workers. Okay, that's a little ridiculous. They need to be working more than one shift, or they need to improve efficiency. All right, so this is these have been two sample problems. Obviously, this one much longer than the first.